Uh, yeah, that's exactly what it says. I'm skipping out on work. That's right, you heard me. I said I'm done. Woohoo! Hope you're having a good day. Uh, I'm doing all right. I'm doing better now that I'm not working. You know, one of my pet peeves, which is ironic, but one of my pet peeves is when ugh, people make me so annoyed. But when people let their dogs run loose in a park, and their dogs are big. Honestly, any dog size, but when dogs are bigger, whew, I swallowed something. Hello. Oh, that's fine, I guess. Anyways, all right. So I decided to take the day off. Sometimes you try to be positive at work. Work really hard when you can. That's loud. But I tell you, sometimes people just bring you down, especially when you're at work and you're just trying to do the best you can. And people are just depressing, you know. And I know that uh, you should basically be in charge of yourself, you know. But when you're stuck around really negative people, oh man, they bring you down like nothing else. And man, today's situation is just a little bit different. I started the day out, it was really cold, and I work with other guys that have been here longer than me. I've only been here for a few months. But they are some grumpy old dudes, that's all I'm going to say. I'm trying not to be mean, you know, because it's easy to be really mean. But I would just try to lay it out as simple and as honest without being too harsh. But there's some really old grumpy dudes. And I guess it's just one old grumpy guy. And you know, some people, if you knew the guy's situation, you might, or I guess maybe you don't have to know him either, but you probably say, have a little bit of grace. I don't know, it's hard to have a little grace towards somebody who's really, really grumpy, you know? And I was starting to find myself in a situation where I was struggling with being a good worker, you know? I've done this before too, you know, where I just struggle with being a good worker because I'm bothered by this person and I just want to do my own thing, and in a sense I try to agitate them too, you know. And it's really hard whenever you get to that point of work where you're intentionally trying to start drama, and it's just it's not a good place to be, because I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to start a fight as much as I actually want to, but the problem is I don't actually want it, you know, because I know in the long run it's a bad thing, you know. People are going to look at you bad because the people that I work with, some of them actually know me, and I don't want that trouble, you know, because it just makes your life harder when you cause drama at work. But basically, we're throwing down some mulch today, like throwing mulch on trees. And I don't know what we're supposed to do exactly, like how the mulch is supposed to look. Whenever you put mulch around a tree, I don't know how it's exactly supposed to look. So we do like 20 or 30 trees as they're shoveling off mulch from this big dump truck. And after we get done, they go around, they start like moving the mulch around, like they're not really happy with what we did, me and another guy. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess he doesn't like it. But then he's like, hey, you guys need to go, basically. And he doesn't convey this to me. He conveys it to another coworker that kind of conveys it to me and my other coworker. And he says, basically, we need to go smooth it out because all of them are basically bad. That's fine. My only problem is, like, you saw me in the rearview mirror as they were scooping it out. You saw what I was doing. Why didn't you just hop out of the truck and say, hey guys, if you could just smooth that out a little bit, don't make it so built up, But I just sometimes I just don't get people, why they don't just communicate. But also this morning too, whenever the guy was, I guess he was unhooking that dump truck because it had a what do you call it? Anyways, you know what it is. You throw the trees in, it mulch comes out basically, and he's putting it in the day before, and it's like a solid like quarter mile down the road, not down the road, but down the shop from the shop. He doesn't ask anybody for help, and I'm gonna say everybody that I'm working with is brand new. Basically, we've been here for a few months. We don't know the ins and outs. We don't even know what this guy wants because he doesn't say anything to us. And we just stand there like a quarter mile off. And I thought about running to help him. I was like, but you know what? By the time I get to him, he's gonna be done, and then I'll have run over there for no reason. I guess it was just him, backing it up and unhooking it and jacking it up, and he drives the dump truck back to the shop, and he's all sorts of grumpy, and he just starts signaling to lift up the shop gates, and then we all start running to open the shop gates, and he backs into the shop so we can repair, so basically it can get repaired. All right, you got to get out of the road, lady. Come on. Anyways, he backs into the shop because we got to fix up part of the truck really quick, and he's like this weird passive aggressive dude, He just starts blurting to some other dude like, oh man, all these guys are standing around. I'm like, okay, I guess he's talking about me and my other coworkers. And it's like, oh, man, this guy is so annoying. He's like, he'll talk like bad about you in front of you, like you're not even there. Like I can't hear you, like you're on the other side of the truck. You're very audible, There's no mistaking you're talking about us. But man, like some of these passive aggressive dudes, it's just like, why don't you just say what you want? Like, hey, can you come with me and help me unhook this? But it's like I'm older than you. Sorry, something in my mouth. I'm older than you, and I'm also seniority over you, so I shouldn't have to say anything to you. Like he does this with other guys that are younger than him, but they're like been there just as longer than me. But he treats them the same way too because they're younger. And it's just like, guy, if you want something, just say something. Say, hey man, can you come with me real quick? And it's like they won't talk to you. Basically, they don't care about you. They don't want to know your name. You don't even exist until you've been there for at least a few years, basically. And it's that kind of a workplace. Overall, it's a really good place to work. It's just some of the guys here are really grumpy, and honestly, they kind of bring the place down, But, they put a good face on in front of the boss man, like laugh a little bit, they get along with other guys, but they could care less if a new guy comes along. Anyways, this dude is grumpy like all day. But I just felt like I was starting to not be my best self. I was starting to really get negative, and I was really trying to change my attitude, my mood. And I realized that I was really struggling with my frustration, whenever I was talking to another coworker, he would talk to me and he would kept asking me, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay." Inside, I'm like trying to manage my own personal feelings, but it's so hard to control him at this point that he's just like he keeps asking me if I'm okay, and I'm like, "Oh man, something is wrong," because I can't even let this go. Like I'm so bothered by this grumpy dude. Oh, whoops. I guess I wasn't in gear. Whoopsie daisies. But yeah, I'm so bothered by this dude that I'm just like, he's basically ruining my day, and I'm struggling to try to do a hard, good job, and also try to be joyful and not mean and rude and disrespectful. Because in my mind is literally going through uh, scenarios in my brain of like what I would say to him, what disrespectful and rude things I could say to him, and I'm like, man, this is not going good. I'm thinking about basically how it's about to go down, basically. So I figure, you know what? I need to just take a half day, and that's the title of this. Taking a half day. I'm skipping work, and you know what? I think sometimes you got to do it, for your own sanity. Because one, you don't want to lose your job. Two, you don't want to get in a fight. Three, you don't want to look bad. You don't want to like ruin. Like it's awkward when you basically if you get into any physical altercations. It's even more awkward when you get into a verbal confrontation with somebody. And I was just like, you know what, this is like a lose-lose because right now I'm struggling. And usually I don't care because I've had to work with this guy before, and he's a really grumpy dude. What is this thing doing? Anyways, he's a generally grumpy dude. So I was working with him last time, and there was a lot of work, like so much work that I didn't have to deal with him. Like I was working just so hard, like throwing like tree limbs into the wood chipper. It's called the wood chipper. I was just working. Like I couldn't care less about what this guy had to say because it was constant work. I had no time to think about how annoying and how grumpy he is. And I understand like his scenario is like he's getting a divorce. His wife is basically already seeing somebody new. Like it's like, oh man, it's so hard to have mercy on somebody and have grace towards somebody who like treats you so badly. And it's like I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't. Like I know, like I'm a Christian, and I'm just struggling to internally manage my frustration. And I was like, I just felt like I had to get out of there before I did something stupid that I would regret. And I know Jesus wants me to forgive people and to love people and have mercy on people because that's how he is towards me. Like I'm a bad dude. Like I don't always do the right things. I sin, and Jesus is willing to forgive me. God is willing to forgive me. He has that mercy towards me. And man, I'm glad I didn't say anything rude or disrespectful. But I just, in the moment, I just was struggling to be, without being angry at somebody or rude or disrespectful. It's hard. When you get to that certain point, you're just like, you're about to blow, or you've got to somehow change your whole trajectory. You got to be like, you know what? That's what I should have done. Why didn't I do that? I should have prayed. Oh, that's so annoying. I know that the circumstance would have been different if I just prayed. But in the moment, I'm just like so flustered by the frustration of just dealing with somebody who's grumpy and who's non-communicating. Like they're just like grabs a rake and starts fixing all the things. You're like, that's my job. I've been doing this entire time. You could just tell me to go fix that, flatten it out, smooth it out. But he just grabs the rakes and he just starts raking it the way he wants it, and just, oh man. Yeah, I totally dropped the ball on that one today. But tomorrow is a new day. It really is. I mean, it's not perfect, but at least I didn't do something I'd regret. I mean, I kind of regret not being at work. But at the same time, I decided to go fishing instead. I talked to the wife. I imagine she's probably watching. So if you are, I love you. Sorry, love. Anywho, yeah, it's just I think I need to try to not think about the frustration of work. I'm fishing, so I better just enjoy my fishing, I guess, right? Anywho, I'm just gonna fish one of these local creeks that I drive by all the time, and I guess I'll just drag you along. I don't think the phone's alive right now. It's like at 40 some odd percent, so it'll probably die pretty soon. But we'll see if you can catch a fish. I mean, maybe, maybe not. Um, I'd be curious if anybody's on here. I'd just be curious if what you guys are doing. If you're suffering through work like I was, or if you were doing something. I don't know. I'd be curious. Ooh, yeah. Here, I guess I'll turn it this way. Maybe it'll let me. Come on. There we go. No. It says orientation is locked. Let's unlock it. There we go. Do this. No, I unlocked orientation. It says rotate back. Auto rotate. I am allowing you to rotate as I turn. That's why it's called auto rotate. Alright, well, here we are. This is the creek under the fishing. I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, got the keys. Check. Alright, cool. Got my tackle box. This is my mini tackle box. It's so funny because, you know, we find so many things at work and we just kind of leave it at work for other people to pick up. Anyways, I'm going to be throwing one of these. I've fished there before with these. These actually do really well. So that's what I'm going to throw on there right now. And this one right here, I got this because of Ace. If you ever watch Ace, it works. But it's really greasy. So it's kind of misleading. I said I'm basically skipping work, but I never put in the title that I'm also going fishing. So I guess this is what's going to be. I'm just going to go fishing. All right, we're going to cross the road. There's a bunch of birds here. I don't know if they basically scared off all of my fish, but if you can see, they're all here swimming. Yeah, they scared away all the fish. I know they did. We'll go somewhere else. I'll go upstream. I really like this spot. This spot's actually been really good. Whenever the water was higher, I remember one time I was going with my coworker, and one guy was here. He had like 20 poles in the back of his truck, and he's got like one. It's one of him and like 4 kids, probably his kids. And we asked him, "Hey man, why do you have so many poles?" And he said, "Have you ever heard of support dogs?" And we're like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I have support rods." That's why. I mean, he had like 20 or 30, and he was only using one of them. But I guess, I mean, if it makes you feel better. But anyways, he told me about this spot, and he told me just throw it behind the rocks, you know, or behind the riffles. And he was in line, you know. And it's funny because a lot of fishermen won't tell you good things about the spot. They're like, you know, I didn't catch anything, or it's all right, you know. But this guy told me, and I mean, the first day I came over here, I just chucked this swim bait. I chucked it out there, and man, it just got smoked by a smallmouth. But the water is really low, as you can see. It's just really, really low. So it's really low, but also, oh, I just saw someone swim away. I could have been more secretive, like more stealthy, but I just kind of feel like the water's just very, very low. So it may not even really matter. Like I just saw a sculpin swim on by. I might have seen a little smallmouth swim on by too. I got a little bit of action over here. I mean, there's a little bit. I don't know if it's going to produce anything. So let's see if I can set this up. All right. Well, this is what happens when you skip work. You should go fishing or do something you really enjoy. All right, let's see if I can set this up. All right. So I think I'll be Oh, come on. All right. Anyways, yeah, I just got a phone call. I forgot to tell one of my coworkers, hey, I won't be there. Sorry. There goes that. Get this right. Today I got my collapsible. I actually was going to take this. I was going to go fishing on the clock because we found this really cool stream. But since I didn't, I'm just going to use it here. So let's see if we catch anything. I hope you guys can see. I really like this rod. It's pretty cool. You can basically throw it in your backpack and you're good. Come on, somebody smoke the bait. Nobody wants it. Not a soul. I mean, I guess it did scare everybody off. Probably wasn't my smartest decision. Ooh-wee, chuck it. Somebody want to eat this good-looking bait? It's not a bait, it's a fish. Is it wrong to lie to fish? Is it a sin to lie to fish? I don't know. Come on, big boy, where you at? Anyways, it feels good not to be at work. I'll tell you, there's something about leaving work early. Actually, it's like you did a little bit of work, so you feel a little bit accomplished, and then like you got to go do whatever you want to do. That's pretty cool. It'd be even cooler if I could catch one. It'd be a little depressing if I didn't catch one. A little bit. Where's those big boys at? Probably need to change the title, honestly, to skip work and catch bass. Oh, come on, somebody smack it. Maybe not today. It is pretty cold. I mean, this morning was like our first freeze. So that was pretty cold. I decided to go on a run regardless. I need to get that run in regardless. But it was pretty cold. It was, I think, our first freeze here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn around. Let's see if we can turn this around. No, don't look at me. Look at the other side. There we go. That looks beautiful, doesn't it? I mean, maybe on the camera it does. That looks good. Not pan out, and I'm not trying to spend forever in one location. You ever gone fishing before and spent too much time in one spot? That's me. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. Here we go. Oh, almost like the camera. first time I fished here, I chucked my first. I did my first cast and it got smoked. I mean, I was here like early in the morning. It was probably like 5:30 maybe, and I got smoked. I mean, I thought it was like the biggest fish I ever hit, but it was a smallmouth, you know. And everybody says smallmouth hit and fight harder than any other bass, and they were not lying because I thought it was like the biggest fish of my life. But it also doesn't help that I have almost, I think it's an ultralight rod. It might be, I don't know, medium. I know there's fish in here. I know there's fish in here. Are they big enough to bite this? I don't know if they are. But that's my hope. Let's change it up. Turn this way. Bear with me. Okay, we'll turn this direction. Keep that smoke into this. This water is way too clear. Everybody's sketched out. No bass here. I don't care what I said. Alright, I'm just going to chuck it like one more time. We're going to move out. Do is we'll find another spot. It's really pretty waters though. I mean, even if I'm not catching anything, it's really pretty. I bet you it's all those geese. They ruined it for me. All right. But yeah, the water is so clear. You can see it. You can see rocks in there. You see algae. I see minnows, but ain't nothing trying to eat them up. They're pretty comfortable here. If they're here hanging out, it's probably not where I want to be, honestly. But it is really pretty regardless. Let's go somewhere else though that could potentially produce better. And I'm really not trying to go too far away. I'm just trying to stay close to my car, really. It is real pretty out here. I wonder if it looks prettier in the camera. Because I'm so used to this. It just all looks the same. It's also really funny to see people from work as they drive by me. All right, let's try here. Hello. All right, try this spot here. Maybe all the geese didn't scare them away. bait looks really good in the water, but it is not producing. Not producing the thing. We'll move out a little bit. The water's just way too low. It hadn't rained here in like probably a month. It has gotten no rain. So I really need to go far out if I really want to do these. You know what? Maybe it's time to go wading. Maybe it's time to go wading. Alright, I think I'm gonna go wading. Oh boy. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna go. Gotta take off the boots. Hopefully no homeless come by and steal my boots. I mean, I'm fast, but not fast in water. Well, it seems like a really not smart idea. I'd like to wear my boots through this process. We'll just try to make it work out. Hopefully, we don't get a hook in the foot. I really hope no homeless come by and try to steal my stuff. That would be annoying. Hello.
You gotta sneak up on them geese and catch one?
No, but I think the fish are further out that way, so I've got to make my way closer.
Is that right?
And I'm a little bit desperate. So,
Yeah.
hopefully you don't watch me fall in the water, but if it does,
Well,
not a bad day.
The rescue people get here if you need to.
all right.
'Cause they do practice swiftwater rescues.
Oh, I'd hate to call them for me. I'd really hate them to come over and save me.
That's right. Well, I hope you catch some fish.
Thank you, I appreciate
It's
it.
so low on rain, it's probably not deep.
Yeah, we need some rain, but that's why I got to go deeper.
Yep. Good luck.
Thank you. All right, leave this here. I'm gonna leave my tackle box. Actually, I'm not gonna leave. Let's think about this. Let's say we lose our swim bait and we lose our hook. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop it in there and we're gonna cover that up and we're gonna hook this on here. Is that good enough? Alright. Looks like it'll work. Alright, let's hope I don't get attacked by any of these geese either. Technically, I'm not harassing them. But if they come and harass me, that's a different story. We'll see how this goes. Alright. You know, my kids go in here too. So my hope is that it's safe-ish. Because it would suck. You know, they never come out crying and screaming or nothing. So my assumption is that it must not be that bad. You know, that ain't. Alright, I'm scaring them off. Sorry guys. God gave me dominion. So here I am. About to eat the water. Oh, that hurts. Alright, we're moving out. We made it across. Our pants are wet. But we're not going to a fancy dinner party anytime soon. So I think we're good. This is pretty cool. All right, so these are my feet. These are my pants. They're a little bit wet. I think the furthest, the deepest it got was probably like 2.5 right there. Ooh. Now, I want to get up to those riffles up there. I really want to get that because that is going to increase my chances. Ooh, try not to step on bird poop either because there's bird poop out here. Or snakes. Snakes are not good. Look at that bird poop. Goodness gracious. What have you been eating? All right. Telling you, if I see a homeless dude try to steal my stuff, he's gonna get it. Oh my days. Okay, that was a fail. We're going. We're moving. Okay, I guess when this live stream dies, that's when I'll go back. Barring anybody trying to steal my stuff. If somebody's trying to steal my stuff, they're about to find out. All right. We are here. Look at these riffles. Yes. I guess I better be quiet too. That's exactly where I want to be. That's where I was. These are my pants. All right, so we're gonna set this camera up real quick, and then we're just gonna start chucking. Maybe we won't be here that long, but we'll be here long enough to get an eyeball and see if there's any fish worth fishing for. Oh, I stepped in poop, but I guess that's fine. You know what? Yeah, that's all right. It's not the end of the world. Okay, how straight is that? Boom, right here. That's not bad. It could be worse. All right, we made it. Ooh, that hurts. Let's fix this up real quick. Hey. Boom. Let's slay them. What's the hope? Oh yeah, I know there's something in there. Oh, nothing on the first cast. Nothing on the second. What do you guys think? Third cast is the charm, right? That's what they always say. I mean, I'm going through some big riffles here. I mean, it might not be the time for top water, honestly, but I really like top water, regardless of whether, people say, oh yeah, the morning time, that's the best time, but you know what? Catching the fish is the best time, so it's fine. We'll do whatever we want to do, and hopefully catch a fish. If not, it's not the end of the world, because you know what? It's better than being at work. And one day I hope not to have to do hard manual labor anymore, honestly. Because I'm not old, but I'm not young either. And I've seen some of these old dudes, and their bodies are old, and their bodies are giving up on them. And I just don't want to be like that. I want to be 40, 50, and still able to run around with my kids. I want to be able to still play with them. I still want to be able to be physically capable of protecting them. I don't want to be old and decrepit, I'm not sure how to go about that. Working hard labor like the way I do. But I know I need to keep doing everything I can to stay in shape. I need to keep working too. So here I am. You geese, go away! You guys already scared away all the fish, didn't you? You ate them all. That's what happened. Alright. Making sure nobody's gonna steal my boots. Shut. Got the fish. Be determined. Man, the last time I was fishing here, I was just slaying them left, right. I'd get hits like every other cast, and I just don't know what's up. This lady is hollering over there. She was running across the bridge, and I'm like, what in the world is she? She's got this weird jog going on, but she's running from her dog, and she's trying to call him over. I know, that is. She wasn't in danger, but she wasn't really hard. I couldn't tell what she was doing. Wow. I'm starting to feel like there's nothing out here. All those skis are all dead.
water is low, I guess I can't really say too much about that. I mean, if you got low water, all the fish are gonna be scared. I don't care if it's ducks around or not. You know, they're just gonna be stretched out. Probably wasn't a smart idea to bring double, making my backup as the same thing. But you know what? The top water hit, that's where it's at, you know. It's just the funnest thing ever. When you get smoked and you just, sometimes you don't even realize it's happened and you're just like, you freak out. I mean, that's where it's at though when you get that top water hit. I mean, I've been on the other side looking around, and there's just tons and tons of action on top of the water. You know? So it could be that all the bass have gone to deeper water. But I guess I'm personally looking for smallmouth. That's what I'm looking for. You know? I want that fast water. I want that fast action. I want the big fat hits. I want the big fights. But maybe it's not gonna happen. And it sucks too, because you know you're live streaming. You're like, oh man, I hope I put something on good, you know. But it's like, what a flop, you know. I don't know. And you know what I do? I'll give a 1 month swing in a different direction. Alright. We'll turn our attention to the other side. Oh, that was hard. Alright, I'm just going to turn it this direction. Let's see if we can make this happen. Okay. And we're going to fix the camera so you're not lopsided. I imagine you guys don't want to be turning your cameras around. Alright, so this is my direction here. So we'll check it over here. And I've had good success over here too, you know. I've got bass out of this area. Just hate that the water is so low. But you know what? It's whatever. As a fisherman, you gotta take what you get, even if it's nothing but skunk. Because you can go to your good old reliable spots, and there could be nothing there, you know. That's just how it is sometimes. You can't always win, you know. There's some people who are really good at it, but they have a lot of technology and way more knowledge than me. And I'm just hoping somebody's hungry or somebody's lazy in this situation. But nothing is given way. Checking on the boots, still there. You know, I'd rather somebody steal my tackle box than my boots. Because I'd rather be able to work than not. Alright. At this point, I'm just aiming at every direction. Like, I'm aiming behind the camera now. I'm hoping somebody's desperate and somebody's in a spot. You know, I'm just trying to hit all the spots that look good, you know. That's what you do when you go fishing. You look and hoping. But it's not working out this day. But is it still better than working? Probably. Likely. Very likely. I mean, come on. I am barefoot. I'm barefoot and I'm walking through a creek, catching fish. I'm treating it like it's a summer's, like school's out. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good in my opinion. I mean, yes, it's colder, but still, I'm still having a blast. It'd be really cool to catch one of those big sculpins. I've seen some big sculpins, but they've never ever bit. And I imagine they probably want worms or they want something. But I'm not catching them today. It's a little bit depressing. And now I gotta walk back here through all this. So we'll throw a few more casts out and then we'll just probably call it. Oh, there we go. That's a good cast. We'll just slow roll it. How about that? Slow roll it. Can't win them all. And I'm going to tell you what my channel is all about. At the moment, I'm not about fishing. At the moment, I'm about Donald Trump. And this is to help me weed out everybody right now. So I'm going to say Donald Trump. And I'm going to see who leaves. Because that's what I'm about right now. I'm all about Donald Trump. Trying to get him elected. And I'm trying to get accurate information about him out. Okay, there we go. We dropped 2 or 3. I had a feeling if I said that, it feels like you can't say Donald Trump. It feels like, you know, whenever in Harry Potter they're like, you can't say the name Voldemort. That's what it feels like with Donald Trump. Like you can't say it. Like it's a name that is not supposed to be spoken. Because if you say it, everybody will shun you. Everybody will not like you anymore. And it's just really overall adult, and it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna shun you because I don't like you and you're on your own. And it gets old. My world's probably gonna change a little bit. Hopefully better pay. But anyways, this one I'm running right here. This little thing. Come on, focus on it. Focus. Oh, I love it. I love like 6 people dropped off. And it's just the way it is, you know. If you say Donald Trump, it's like Trump guy. So what? Oh, I love it. Now it's like down to 18. That's so funny. I love that. That's what I'm talking about. Like people just, you say it, and it's like, you know, the magic word abracadabra. Oh, we're on. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Oh, come on. It's probably not gonna be big, but hey, I don't care. A fish is a fish. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hate these guys though too, because they hurt and they don't stop fighting until they hurt you. Oh no. How do I catch you without hurting myself? No, Lord be with me. Oh, there we go. That's what annoys me so much about largemouth, but I also love them because they're so much fun. Come on, brother. Let that hook go. I gotta pull out the pliers now. Oh, and I'm using the hand that has the pliers on. Anyways, finally caught one. That was awesome. It was just like a thump, you know. It wasn't even like a smack or anything. It was just like a, hey, I want that. Okay, let's go. Hopefully it doesn't worm out of my hands. I had to take care of him quick enough. Come on, brother. Let go of the hook. You don't want the hook. Oh, it's like stuck. Oh man, is anybody still there? Don't play games with me. That's depressing. I don't know if anybody even saw that. That's so depressing though. Anywho, I caught it was probably just a little dinker, but it was still a bass. I mean, I hadn't caught anything all day long. I had literally been live streaming for like a solid hour, and all of a sudden I catch fish. Or I say Donald Trump, everybody freaks out. Whatever. I caught that fish. Okay, we'll go slower. Maybe slow is the key. Their thing is, you know, like fast, slow, you know, like what the method is there. Figure out what it is they want and how they want it presented. Because bass isn't really figuring them out. It's just like throw anything in front of a bass. And again, yeah, you could throw anything in front of a trout as well. But I feel like bass are just, they're the cleanup crew, you know? They'll eat anything. They'll clean up anything. But trout is just like, it feels a little more precise. You have to play the game a little more. You know, if you've ever fly fish or you're semi-serious about it, like I'm just semi-serious. I'm not a die-hard or anything. But I do like fly fishing. I do like fly rods. I think they're fancy and they're cool. But you know, I'm not key on all the lingo. Like I know you need to like do certain things like mend line and you need to have no drag on your line. But I'm definitely not going to the Olympics or anything, you know. I could probably catch a bass, I mean a trout if I really needed to. But you know, I'm not the best. But I do